Hey YouTube, today we're changing the upper motor mount on a 2006, I believe. Yeah, on a 2006 Mazda 3i. It has the 2.0 in it, and this one is a standard, but that don't really change the job any. And the motor mount replacement is right there. So we got to take this one apart, take off, looks like that bolt, and take off that bolt and that bolt, lift up the whole unit, take off the reservoir to give us room to get it out, which is pretty easy. And then once we get out the motor mount assembly, we got to swap out these two parts. It looks pretty easy here. Alright guys, to start off, we gotta slide the jack underneath of it. And really you need a board to keep you from hurting the oil pan. But I didn't have a board with me, so I just tied up a bunch of cardboard. Alright, you see that pan right there? This pan here, that is your oil pan. But there's sensors, there's all types of stuff we don't want to hurt. And right there, that's metal. So what we're going to do is jack up right there, and we're going to use this piece of cardboard I just smashed up as a cushion to make sure we don't hurt anything. And you want to jack it up just enough to take the pressure off the engine mount. You don't want to jack it up anymore. You don't want to lift the car. You don't want to jack it up and make it harder to work on. You just want to take the weight off the mount. Alright, I got her jacked up. I did not have enough room for my cardboard. If you do, use the cardboard. If not, be very careful on the engine because you don't want to hurt anything. Okay, now the reservoir here, we don't want to unhook the lines. There's tabs right there. You just want to slide it up off the tab. Okay, once you get the tabs undone, lift your reservoir up and just move it out of the way. Make sure it's not leaking. Alright, and now that opened up room to get to our motor mount. Now we got to take out this bolt and this bolt so the bracket comes off. And if you've got too much pressure on the jack, it'll try to put it in a bind. So you want to wait and make sure you got just enough to lift up or to hold it in place. You do not want to lift it with the jack. Okay, it's a number 17 to fit on those. Okay, I got my breaker bar out. Alright, we got it broke free. As I thought. Break them all free. Alright, now that they're all free, make sure your jack is holding the car, or holding the engine, so we can take the mount apart. Alright, now alright, take your nuts and your bolt and put them somewhere safe where you're not going to lose them.
No, you weren't. Don't talk back to me. Say yes, sir.
Alright, the engine just jarred a little bit. I'm going to have to move my jack. Alright, I had to move my jack around some till I got it where the tension was off of the motor mount. slide the motor mount out. Oh yeah, it was ate up. As you can see, it's ate up pretty bad right there. Alright, looks like it's bent in place. So you need to take a screwdriver. Ow. And bend that tab out. And once you got the tab lifted up enough, grab a hold of it with a pair of pliers and just bend her straight on out. Once you bend it out, then we should be able to slide that through. Let's see, slide that out, and see it's completely broke on this one. Alright, when you're putting it back together, as you can see, if we set it here, it's tilted in too far, so it definitely goes this way, because when we set it down there, it sets right in. And we may have a little bit of a problem getting it to set back into the engine mounts, but if we move the jack around a little bit at a time, hopefully we'll get it to land where we need to without using a cherry picker.